Hi guys.
Hey, hello. I can see Sylvia. Hello, Sylvia and Heidi. I think I've just arranged swatches, swaps, stitch swaps.
She's been on the gin, guys.
I had 2 cocktails at lunchtime, but I've had a lot of carbs since then. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Snoppy Karen.
Yes. It's us. Hi.
Hello. I'm aware that I nearly always shout all the way through my streams. I'm making a real big effort
What was that? I
to
can't
not
speak
shout. So if I go too quiet, you'll have to let me know.
Yeah.
It's partly because I'm right near the microphone. When
I'm making an effort not to pat her on the head. I can't say I'm making a lot of effort.
Hi, Nikki, Nita,
You know, it's funny every
Christine.
time.
Hi, Christine. I haven't seen Christine for a while.
Got loads of people in
Sue. Jolene posted a picture of her Past the Pigs. Oh, don't type.
I mean, you can type join if you want. There's nothing to join.
There's no draw today.
Yeah. Give me a second, guys. I've got to disable some things.
But the message that says about joining us in the voice channel, if you would like to, you can. But you'll have to wait in the community hangout, and we'll pull you in.
Yeah.
We'll pull you in one at a time. We all got a bit out of hand last time. We got too many of us. Hey, Rachel.
Yeah.
Jeanette, lots of peoples. Is everybody excited to see Tom stitching today?
Yes, you certainly should be.
I'm going to be.
I'm very excited.
I'll tell you what. It's so annoying because he'll pick up something that I do, make it look really blooming easy,
If you'd stop having such easy hobbies.
and then never do it again. Basically,
Yeah.
it's really annoying. Hi, Kathy and Kate.
I haven't come very well prepared today either.
Through the queue. And I've basically got a pillowcase that I'm gonna throw some brushes and things at, and I've got this brush X to try as well. But it might be, Zoe was just telling me, it's got to be stuff that isn't permanent when it's dry. Did you say, Zoe? She's gone quiet.
Lines are what it worked with, but it didn't work with. I think it was. What did we have? I think it was the Van Gogh half pans. I'm sure that was
like watercolor type.
So.
Yeah. So if I can't make it work with the brushos, I kind of foolishly thought brushos, brush X.
It's got the word brush in it. That's a pretty uncommon word in art circles, right? Brush.
Pepper Cloud. Pepper.
Oh dear.
All sewn up textile art. Now I've forgotten. I should know his name. I tell you what, it gets so confusing when you've got different usernames on different platforms. Am I shouting yet?
Not much.
Tom's going to nudge me if I start shouting again. I actually tried to, because I quite like the next day when the stream goes up on YouTube with all the chat, I like to go back and watch it so I can see all the chat.
Yes, you tend to miss some of the chat. Yeah.
Most of it, that once we get started, at this stage I see, but once we get started I miss it. So I go back, I actually couldn't watch it because my own voice was just like...
Well, now you know how we feel all the time.
It's weird because I don't do it when I'm recording, so...
Yeah, you don't tend to have headphones on when you're recording.
Yeah,
You're less excited.
I've got my one ear out this time, so I'll make it, hey Jackie! Yay! So I might have to go and get watercolour paints out if this brush X won't work with the brush O's. But so I'm going to do some on paper and some on fabric.
Yes.
To see what, yeah.
Does Tom need a slap? Almost always,
He
yeah.
always needs a slap, yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
Thing is, she's so short she can't deliver a slap.
Sharp nudge in the ribs.
I've got shin guards on, I'll be fine. Oh. Oh dear.
Hey, Shalia was threatening to join us in the voice chat, I believe.
Exciting.
Now is that Arizona? I think it's Arizona, isn't it? AZ.
Yes.
Initially I looked at it, I thought Australia. No.
No, that would...
That hasn't got to say, does it?
No.
That isn't what you think. It's my stool.
Oh, freak.
I'm sitting on this little fold-out stool because Tom's got my chair, basically. I'm sitting on this little fold-out stool.
I'm going to have to go out and...
It's not true. You
rotten.
Horrible person. It's not true. Otherwise, could I sit here like this? Can I smell popcorn?
It's fine. It's so thick.
Oh, thank you. So, but
let's have
vertically
to swim
challenged
through it.
is it just means we're compact
Yeah. It's amazing how much gas can come out of such a compact
and more
person.
efficient. Yeah. I know you're going. I know Sue Bartlett and Granny Sue, but I think that's. I don't know why that's stuck in my head. Perhaps because we've exchanged parcels or something. I don't know. For some reason, that one has stuck in my head.
Yes, it's nice having a
Ages
chat.
ago, right from when we were having the bizarre parcels. Hey, Gabby.
So I'm not very well
Do
prepared.
it. Gabby, don't encourage him. Yeah, but you've only got these because I left him at your house years ago. Look what he's come out with. So I left these at your house, didn't I?
Yeah.
I must have been given these like this because I've never been that organised.
Yes, I think you got them from that person from work. A whole load of stuff that her mother had or something.
That was it, Amanda.
Yeah.
Yes. Look, I mean, how beautiful is that?
It's great.
This is what I should do with mine. Instead of having a tangled bird's nest. Oh, have you brought the one you've been working on as well?
Yeah.
Look at him all prepared. I should just be lucky thankful it's not a four-letter word.
It nearly was
I
instead of
can't-
farting. It was nearly something else.
Actually, that is brilliantly well done. Okay. He's actually embroidered that.
The thing is, it's so easy.
It's incredibly easy, isn't it, Tom?
What stitch did you use for that? Oh,
It's mostly a
look.
split back stitch.
It's got a little. I'm going to hold it to the.
I do
you
want to switch
change
to
it,
the.
We knew
Ah,
nothing
little-
about this,
look
by
at-
the way.
Did you? Did you tell them? Were you two party
They
to
got a
this?
preview.
Look at this, guys. Look. I mean, insult aside, but look at the tiny little pink heart dot over the eye. Oh, I hate you. How did you transfer that to there?
I
how did
printed
you
that
do it
thing,
there?
put it behind, just use pencil to
Oh, right.
draw over.
That's
'Cause
really
it's
nicely
quite
done. Well, I'm
thin.
just not going to bloody bother.
It's very easy.
I wasn't really saying I missed it. Teresa. Christine's saying hi, Teresa, and I've missed Teresa. Is Teresa, maybe Teresa is all sewn up textile art. Kathy is saying, wow, that's probably, that's because of your stitching. And I haven't tried this.
I know I keep saying everything's easy,
I've
but
been
that is
meaning
a
to
lot
try
easier
that
than
for a
it
while,
looks.
is it?
Yeah. I mean, I'll do one now.
Yeah, you can.
Give me a couple of seconds.
What's this bit here going to be?
Oh, that was just testing.
All right.
After I'd done the flowers, I thought I should try doing some straight lines or whatever.
It is brilliant, isn't it?
I mean, it's a bit uneven.
Full bonsai girl. Full bonsai girl.
We've got a
I
lot
haven't
of
heard that
Debs.
name before. We've got a lot of Sues and a lot of Debs. And it's really good because Deb Wrigley, who isn't here tonight, is the one who was telling stories at that time on the live couple of last
Oh,
time. or
those
time
were
before.
hilarious stories.
I actually literally nearly wet myself. She's not here this time because she's out with friends or something tonight. But then she got confused because she jumped in and the bot kind of said hi Deb, because whenever
Yeah.
anyone new joins it says hi to whoever it is, and she thought it was saying hi to her because she just popped in. Why is it not done? No, it's a different Deb. So you're Deb. So Deb Full Bonsai Girl is Deb. Why are you called Bonsai Girl? Are you short like me?
No one's
And
short
it's Sue.
like you.
Hello, Sue.
I say no one's short like you. Danny DeVito's short like you.
It is good. I'm not. I am patient. I am quite patient. But did you use all 6 strands for most of these bits, or did you split it?
For most of the top one, it was all 3 strands, or 6 rather.
Yeah.
It was 2 strands
Except
for
for the
the
outside.
text.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 3 for the green around the
That's
outside.
extremely annoying. He has got his own whatnot. I gave him the superhero one. I should have embroidered a special word on that
Look
for
there,
you.
though. I screwed up one of the French knots.
Just shut up.
Only one. Then I learned.
I think I might say at this point, because there's quite a few people here already. Hey, Paula! What time is it for you, Paula? You're not very late. You're only about 5 minutes after we started. So it must be really early in the morning for Paula, because she's in New Zealand. Is it like 9 o'clock-ish, or is it even earlier? And I think Christine, Create and Craft Christine, was going to see if she could pop in, but it'd be, I don't know, like 5 o'clock in the morning or something for her. I think she said, I don't know, I can't remember. I lose track of it all.
Yeah.
7 a.m, that's not too awful. Nice way to start the day. I do deliberately messy French knots, Jackie. That's how I get around it.
I mean, I did this deliberately messy, so you wouldn't feel so bad.
So Heidi says she's looking forward to the square swaps, and so am I. I have got about, I think it's settled on about 45 to send out, and the majority of them are actually going overseas. So
Crazy.
It's going to be amazing when they all start coming back. My postman are going to have a field day. But on the subject of that, can you go back to the thingy, please, Tom, so I can...
This one?
Yes. So on the subject of that, I don't know if Dawn... Yeah, Dawn is there. Dawn Jones Dawn. We have got 3 Dawns, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Got the time wrong on the party. Just got back. Oh, brilliant. So Dawn suggested, and one or two other people as well, that it might be nice for the people who like the arty stuff and not the stitchy stuff. It might be nice to do an arty swap. So we've decided we're going to go ahead with that. So I'm going to call that. So this was the great big little stitchery swap. We're going to do a great big little art exchange as well. So for anybody that's like more into the arty things and not the stitchy things, we're going to do that. But it's going to have to be an open-ended deadline, because I aren't going to have time to do both by the 31st of August.
Yes, that would be a bit
And
of a
being
stretch,
purely
wouldn't it?
selfish, I want to join in with both. So if anybody's up for the arty stuff, watch this space, because we'll probably do a video about that on Monday. So that'd be exciting. So I just thought I'd mention that up front. Right, I'm gonna go in and start doing something.
Yes, chop. You've got a lot to catch up.
Well, I'm not even going to aim to finish a project tonight, because let's face it, I never do anyway. So this is just getting things ready for ongoing projects. What's everyone else doing? What's Zoe and Emily up to? Zoe and Emily are with us in the voice chat.
Hello. I'm drawing.
You're drawing?
Yeah.
What's Zoe up to?
I am procrastinating.
Excellent work.
I've got a medal for that.
Yeah. I want to do another scrawler box piece, but I can't be bothered.
You've done loads. So those, I've seen 2 or 3 pieces that you've done. 2.
Yeah.
That's going quite a long way, that pen then, isn't it? Because I always worry those kind of pens are going to run out. It looks all lovely and juicy to start with, and then...
I've got it here. I think it's... So you can hear that. It sounds like it's still quite full.
Yeah. So... Have you put those pictures in Discord yet, so people can see if they want to? They're on the Facebook page, aren't they?
Yes, and they're in the Scrawler Box channel on Discord as well.
Ah, right.
My scruffy sketches.
Shut up. Your sketches are never scruffy. If anybody wants to show us what they're doing while they're watching, there is a... What's it called? The follow along in the stream channel. I can't remember what it's called in Discord.
It sounds along those lines. It should be obvious.
You'll recognise it. Something about a stream.
Yeah.
Not the stream room voice chat, the other stream follow along, something like that.
Yeah, something.
Can we share a direct link to that? I'm having a look at it, see if I can get one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how you do that.
No.
I know how to do the link
Not those are really easy.
within Discord.
Invite people? Can I do that?
Yeah, you can right click on the channel and choose
Here we
invite
go.
there.
Ah, right.
Yeah, I've got it. So I'll put a link in for anybody in the chat if they want to come straight to the live stream follow along and post.
Show us what you're up to.
Yeah.
So Susie Q is drinking wine. Oh, to kill your back pain after having a major sort out in your
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
certainly know
trouble
that
with
pain.
sort outs. Yeah. The trouble is when I do ever get round to sorting out a craft room, it tends to be days on end. It takes me usually about 3 days.
I don't know why you have trouble with that. They're very easy.
So what is it you're going to be doing tonight, Tom?
Oh yeah, I should start doing that. Do you have a pencil? I'm going to do some lavender.
I'll sharpen it for you.
Doesn't need to be that sharp. Be fine.
There you go.
Is it only a black wing pencil? Oh, disappointing.
Oh, Rachel can't see that channel.
Oh. Is it possible you have the category collapsed? Should be under the public gallery section.
So you've got art show and tell, craft show and tell, inspired by challenge, resources and inspiration, live stream follow along. Kate's on the line as well. Yeah, I did.
It was collapsed. I see.
Right, that was it. Yeah, I think that happened. I think that happened before to somebody. They couldn't find whatever channel it was, and that wasn't you before, was it, Rachel?
You're embarrassing.
I haven't got one, but I had 2 cocktails at lunchtime. I had an espresso martini, which is very nice, and an apple and mint. No, mint is always in a mojito. An apple and ginger mojito. Very nice. You wouldn't have liked it. You don't like alcohol, do you?
No.
We do. Right, I'm going to tear up this old pit. Sorry for the noise. So, apart from Emily, who's drawing, it looks like everybody else is procrastinating or drinking wine.
Sounds like they're winning. To me.
Sounds like my kind of Saturday night, to be fair. Sometimes I think I've done really well. I've taken a bit of stitching down or a bit of doodling or something. I think I'm doing really well. And I look at it the next morning and say, what? But sometimes I'm quite impressed with what I've done the next morning. Well, I'm going to try this. Maybe I'll just tear this into smaller bits. We probably need to go to the... Don't just draw that so confidently as well.
This is shit so far.
It gets it for me. Oh, leftover pizza. It's the best way to have pizza. They're recognising all these names as people I'm swapping with.
Yeah.
Oh, I inhaled a bit of that pillow then. Right, okay. That's about the right size. I was thinking, if we're going to do this art swap, one thing I might do is do like a big piece of something and then cut it in, because we're going to do 4-inch squares with that as well. That's what we're thinking, wasn't it, Dawn? 4-inch squares. So that out of one piece of paper. So if I've got some of this to try on. Oops. So I could cut that into, at least 6 4-inch squares with a bit around them. Do one kind of big piece, all background colour, and then cut it up and then just like doodle on it or something. What I might do over the next couple of weeks, I might do a couple of videos of like easy things you could do if you want to join in. And I don't want anybody thinking, oh no, I can't do that. I can't, not having the confidence to join in, because it's like, the same with the stitching thing. Even absolute beginners.
It's very easy.
It is. Yeah.
Incredibly easy.
Yeah. But it's not, what I'm saying is it's not got to be a masterpiece,
Oh, that's me, Ellie.
Just shut up. So I'm going to, come up with a few sort of easy ideas to get you going if you're not sure. I mean, it could just be a bit of doodling or, but I haven't really thought yet, because we were only really talking about this earlier today, so not thought about it yet. Yeah, 1 centimetre, so the same as we're doing with the stitching, Dawn. That's what I'm thinking. We've been saying a 10 centimetre square with a 1 centimetre border, or 4 inches with a 3/8 inch border. Doesn't have to be exact, but because probably what I'll do, if I swap a few, is put them in a special little sketchbook or something, or I'll make a little folder or something like that. Right, okay. Let's do something. Let's make some mess. I'm going to end up with this all over my hands. I don't know if anyone saw. I think I shared a picture. I can't remember if it was on Facebook or on Discord now, of my hands completely green, back and front.
Yeah, I've had
completely
a green thumb before, but
with the first time I ever used brushes, because I decided to dye a bit of the silk ribbon I'd got with it, with what I was doing as well. So I ended up kind of scrumpling it up, not thinking. And of course, my hands were green for a couple of days after.
foolish.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to finish more than just that one thing, so I won't draw
Putting
anymore.
a Snoopy in every stitch. What? Oh. Oh. Pringles on standby. So, was it Rachel? Rachel's got samosas, haven't you? She was saying earlier on. She's got samosas. Right. Oh, that doesn't need to. I can't reach everything. Right, here's my little tray of different kind of these are just like pigment powders. Yeah. I'm not sure how permanent or otherwise they are. I've had them ages and really underused. And then these are pixie powders. So they're like the cosmic shimmer version of brushos, really. I've got them. And then I've got 3 kinds of brushos.
Ooh, could you spare a small pair of scissors, please?
I haven't got any scissors, no. Can you still hear us, Zoe and Emily?
We've reconnected to OBS now.
Can
Yeah, I
anybody?
can hear you now.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Apologies,
Kerry.
guys. The
Happy
connection has
anniversary!
died again.
Your chocolate cake looked amazing.
Indeed.
Just a little bit chocolatey. If I'll say now, we've never ever, touch wood, we've never had connection problems before, but last time it was a problem. We had to actually restart the stream. So this time it's just let us reconnect back again. If it stops the stream, if YouTube goes, "Hup, stream's over," we will restart the stream, but you'll probably have to go to my YouTube channel and find the live go to live streams and find that it will come up as a whole new stream. So if you lose us altogether and that happens, I think last time probably about 2/3 of people found us again.
Yeah, surprising
Yeah, but
number did.
we did lose quite a few people, which is a shame. So
Majority, I think.
Pardon?
That was the majority, wasn't it? That
Yeah.
came back, I think.
Yeah, it worked
Got
out
the good people
okay,
back,
didn't
you know.
it? Yeah. Susie Q's gone off to fill her glass. I know she's back. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not keeping up with chat as much now because I've got something to do.
Yeah, see, he's not going to be so good. I'm doing nothing because I'm just looking at the chat. So
Yeah.
Sylvia's finished 4 of her swaps today.
Good lord. Been busy.
So Kathy, Cassie's finished her first one going overseas to a very special person.
No, you're not special.
She hinting.
You're barely a person.
4 finished. Well, I've got as far as tearing up some squares for my bases. I think once I get on it though, because I'm going to kind of do the same thing for each one, but each one will be a little bit different, but use the same kind of formula, because having that many to do, I can't think of something different for each one or whatever. So yeah, it'll kind of be the same for each one with slight differences. I think once I get in a roll, I mean, it's something, I just enjoy doing it, and it's nice to have a purpose for it as well, isn't it? And the thought of having what will be what I'm doing is a little fabric book with, all these people's little stitch pieces in there is just going to be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be
Really
nice.
And we can do the same thing as well with little art pieces. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Is it like where they just send it to you and then you keep it, or do you pass it on to another person?
No, they send it to you and you keep it. A bit like, have you ever done those? Might have been before your time, Emily. When we used to do ATC swaps? Have you ever done that? ATC is artist trading card, isn't it? I think that's a bit of an old-fashioned thing. We used to do these things.
No, I've not heard of it.
I think it's an old thing we used to do years ago, and they're kind of the size of baseball cards, so they will fit. Some people like to keep them in those baseball card plastic pocket things, and it's just like a little tiny. It could be a little bit of collage. It could be just a little sketch, a little doodle. a bit of stamping. It could just be abstract, anything, whatever, just any little bit of art. If you like doing, like Rachel does those lovely little watercolours with doodling on, things like that would work. Something that will work on a little small scale. Some people do them with playing cards as well. That's quite a nice way to do it. And you just kind of swap them with each other and collect them, really. So yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, it used to be all the thing. ATC, you could even get special stamps to. We might do a little printable thing so people can cut out and put on the back if they want to. Where it kind of says, you usually put the name of it, so we might put the great big little art exchange at the top and the date, and then you can, if you want to, you can put your name, what materials you've used, if you want to, what other kind of thing would they put, and if you've made 20, you might put this is number 5 of 20. That's the sort of thing people do, but you don't have to. It's just it's just basically exchanging a little piece of your art with.
Sounds like nerd stuff.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, when you first mentioned it, the first thing that came into my head was the Art Gecko thing where they sent off the sketchbook. Have you seen it?
Didn't see that. No.
Have you seen
they
it?
sent it round.
Yeah, it was like the Great Art Exchange, I think they called it, and they sent like 2 sketchbooks around the country. Yeah.
Brilliant. I love that. I do like the idea. The trouble is, I think that would make me really nervous. Contributing to something that other people have. I'd be really nervous of that.
Yeah.
I quite like when you get those I can't remember the names of anybody who I've watched doing it now. You tend to see them on YouTube where they've got this one big canvas and one person starts the artwork and another person carries on or another person carries on. But I'd be terrified of doing that in case I ruined everybody's artwork,
Actually, Annie, a lot of the artists that took part on that Art Gecko thing were in the First Sight Gallery as part of that Grand Bod thing.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually do something now, guys.
Yeah, keep up. Come on.
Leaving the edges, Paula, so people can say, sort of leave the edges raw, but I would say, it is still a thing. Susie's saying it is still a thing. Oh, look, I've just brush over my floor.
Ready.
Or pixie powdered my floor. Never mind. We'll run with it.
Mine's not going very well. It's the first time I've done stem stitch, so it's not going very well.
Just keep it to yourself. Let me show people. Oh, look, there's a little imperfection there.
Exactly, yeah. It's not going very well.
And he just quickly free-handed that lavender, by the way.
It shows.
Really annoying. Okay, I'm just going to sprinkle some of these powders back now and spritz them with water and see what happens. I didn't mean to do quite that much. Oopsie. The trouble is, this does go a long way, doesn't it? These kind of things.
Well, it's getting good coverage on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's permanent as well, isn't it?
You'll be fine.
Be fine. We rent this house, so it's
the floor's dry, so...
When I tried to dye my hair pink just recently, I successfully dyed the bottom of the bath. Really, really successfully. I had to put bleach on it. Oops. Sickening. Polly, yes. Yes, is Tom doing the swap? Sylvia's asking.
Nah, I can't be bothered. I'm too lazy.
He's not terribly reliable. He'll do it if he's in the mood, but if he's not...
I'm only doing this to annoy her.
Yeah. Once the motivation of annoying me is gone...
I almost can't be bothered now. I've already shown you.
What I was hoping I was going to do was use these and then splash around some of the brush X. And I was hoping for a lovely effect, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to spritz these now with my water. So this is just I'm thinking for background for some more neurographic stitching. Oh, I was going to show my. Oh, hang on. I was going to show my new graphic stitching I've done so far. A minute. God, it's a long way down.
You want to see?
How did you find out about the neurographic stitching? Has it been around a long time?
I made it up.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm with you.
Neurographic art, obviously that's been around a long time, but I thought, well, I like doing that and I like stitching, so let's combine them. I haven't seen anyone else doing it, but anyway, so I've just been, each night I've picked this up and just stitched a bit more into it, and I just seem to keep stitching and stitching and stitching and never getting to a point where I think that's done now. That's where I am at the moment. So you can still see where those original black squiggly lines were that I did last time we were live, did I? Was it that long ago? Or did I do it as
You started then, didn't you? Or something?
Or did I do it as a video? I can't remember now. But anyway, that's where I am now. So, and it's mostly still straight stitching, but I've tried a couple of other stitches as well. And I was going to go back in with Inktense pencils or something, and just like intensify the colour here and there. But I've just been getting into just sitting and stitching in the evening because I can do it in front of the telly. That's the thing. Right, I'm gonna. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Stitching so easy.
Michaelia. That's unusual. Or do you say Michaelia? Michaelia. Peacock vibes. Yes, I think it has. That developed as it went along. Thank you, Christine. Also all over your fingers. Susan, are you talking about red dye? Yeah, it was a lovely pink on my hands, up my arms, in the bath, on the towel. It hardly did anything on my hair. Where it caught
good in
some of the greyer bits. In the sunlight, you said you could see it.
Yeah.
But then after a couple of washes, it's more or less gone. So, yeah. Yes, we've just given it a name, Heidi. I think it's kind of what a lot of us are doing anyway. And you definitely could do it for the squares. Yeah, you definitely. I think it will work quite well for the squares.
The eye is silent.
I found it was slow to get going, Jackie, and in the end, I've just thought, I don't care how slow it is. It's just the thing I pick up really late at night when I'm not doing any. When I don't want to have to concentrate on anything. I've been watching Hannibal, so it needs to be something that can be dropped and.
Watching Hannibal so you can relate to some of the characters.
I should go to the hairdresser to get mine done and get it bleached out first. No, they're not. No, they're primarily for paper, Gabby. Well, I'm going to spritz them now and see what happens. Oh, look, see? It's so pretty when they get going. On paper, I think they're better on paper. I'll do it on paper in a minute so you can see. And you can either wet the paper first and drop brushes in. These aren't brushes, these are pixie powders. Or you can do it this way, and I prefer doing it this way. A little does go a really long way. I'm just going to see what happens.
I think Rachel's in the community hangout.
Oh, is she? Do you want to... This is where I can't resist getting my fingers in. I'm going to end up with like nicotine fingers now with this, aren't I? Let's try some of the other colours over here as well.
Hi, Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
Hello.
Hey! I'm going to go in with some of this blue now. Let's go a bit more heavy-handed because... There. So, Rachel, do you think you might do some art swapping?
Definitely.
We haven't really thought it through yet. It's only just been sort of bandied about today, really. But I think it's a fun idea. And after the stitching one has gone so well, it'd be lovely to do it with the arty stuff as well. You were doing some stuff with brush hose the other day, weren't you? And then doodling over the top.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, they are fun, aren't they, to use? These are actually these Cosmic Shimmer pixie powders. I'm going to rub this in. I'm going to end up with, oh, look. Pretty. I'm going to end up with, I just can't resist rubbing. I don't want them all to just look like separate sprinkles. I want some. I like the more vivid colours. I think I quite liked how this one went, but it's a bit subtle for my taste. Let's do the same ones on paper so you can see the difference. I do love these, and they go such a long way. I've had these for years, using them on and off. Oh, for goodness sake. That is probably the colour that my hands were in that photo I shared in wherever
Looks
it was.
right, yeah.
Yeah. And I think I've had these ever since. I think these are the ones I was using that day. And that was years ago. I went and did a workshop over at the craft shop I ended up working in last year, funny enough. This looks awful like that, doesn't it? I'm going to leave that bit all intense and kind of pearly there, I think. By the time I got like stitching and stuff over the top as well.
Yeah.
Let's compare the brushos now, see, and then I'll do some on paper because it's a bit different on paper. Great thing is about one of the many great things about not going to work anymore is it doesn't matter if I've got green fingers.
True.
Or green all over
Who's
my
gonna
face,
care?
or nobody's going to care. So this one's called gamboge, which I think is a kind of yellow, isn't it? That's sea green and lemon. I wish I had some pinks and things. I think these are things I got in kits. So if I'd have been choosing, I'd have probably thrown a pink in there. I want some like pink and orange or something. But I have got these as well. Maybe if I tried the brush X now while these are still wet, do you reckon, Zoe? If it doesn't like... It doesn't work on them when they're permanent, but if they're not dry yet, let's just try.
Don't know, give it a go.
Let's try.
Nicola is asking if the swap can be a piece of art or a craft.
Oh, it is going to work a bit, I think. Let's give it a minute because they take a minute to work, don't they? So can the swap be a piece of art or a craft? I think as long as it's something that you can put onto a 10 centimetre square and it's reasonably flat for your sake to post, because you've got to think about posting it. For me, I want it to go in a normal envelope because otherwise, especially if you're posting overseas, it could get really expensive. My stitch squares are going to be really flat for that reason. I can't see, I mean, I'm just thinking of all kinds of things, little bits of collage or doodling or, if you like drawing little sketches or anything really, as long as it's a flat piece of visual art, really. Yeah.
It's a bit messy on the back.
This is the back of Tom's work. What I should do is get a big brusho fingerprint on it just to annoy you. You wouldn't care, would you?
I don't give a shit now. No, I'm swearing. See what you've done?
Limited in right arm capability. Oh, that's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you could do. If anybody's watching who is into things like stamping, a lot of people who, like I used to do a lot of card making and scrapbooking and things. I don't do much now. I just make cards for people now, really. But if you've got card making stuff and you've got die cuts and stamping equipment and things like that, or if you like doing jelly printing, or I think anything visual that will go on a flat piece of 4-inch or 10 centimetre square paper or card, anything goes, really. They're actually not fabric dyes, Sylvia, but I think they work because when they dry, they're permanent. They're actually brushes. They're meant for using on paper and stuff, but I don't know if I don't want to waste this brush X if it's not going to work on them. It looks like it's going to work and then it seems to go away again. What I'm going to do is use one of these. Just get a little bit and drip it. It looks like it's going to work and then it... And I don't want to waste them. Ooh. Waste the brush X. I don't think it's doing a lot to them, is it? I'm going to save it and get some watercolours or something out in a minute instead, I think. Right, let's try some of these
Takes a little bit of time
brushes.
to work, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. We'll give it a minute, but yeah. It doesn't smell really bleachy to me. Emily and Zoe were saying they thought it smelled really bleachy, but...
I thought it
Hey,
stank.
Did you?
Yeah.
Perhaps they were just huffing bleach at the same time or something.
Yeah.
Well, John was cleaning the bathroom yesterday and he came in here and I nearly made my eyes water. He smelled so much of bleach.
You poor thing.
Uh-oh. I know, poor me. I think I might just use this to... Hey, Christine. She's still in bed. I think, is it like it's 6 o'clock in the morning or something there? Christine's in Australia. Not dyeing your fabric. Use a piece of eco dye. Nice. flower pounding. I tried some flower pounding last year. And Jackie's in the chat, I think. Jackie Parry was doing flower pounding the other day. She did a workshop. Looked really good. If you feel a bit wicked pounding on flowers, but they were so... And I've still got those bits of fabric, saving them for special like you do.
Special occasion that never comes.
Right, let's see what happens if I spit. No, let's put some other colours as well. So that's gamboge, isn't it? No, that's a sea green. So you look at that. There's no way that looks sea green, does it? Let's see.
Certainly not compared to your fingers.
And yet, look at that. I know this looks like a hot mess, right? But by the time I've cut little bits of it and stitched into it, or torn it into strips, or whatever, I think it could be really pretty. It's almost like it gives you like the effect of that sort of batik kind of fabric. That is extremely intense. I think the Brushos are more intense than the pixie powders. Look at this. It looks like turmeric or something, doesn't it?
Probably is. Just in a very expensive
I think
container.
one of the nice things, Tom always likes to pretend that my expensive art supplies are no different from very cheap alternatives.
You've got so many expensive watered down PVAs.
They're not all the same. They're not, though. We're missing all the chat because you're not paying attention to it because you're busy stitching. It's a beautiful colour, isn't it? It's really fun. I'm keeping the roses I got for my birthday. Yes. Once they're past their best, you know. I must admit, I went out, I found that the ones that worked the best for me with the flower pounding was pansies. And I just deliberately picked a few that were almost at the stage where you've got to kind of deadhead them anyway. I didn't feel so bad then. And you can still see when you look at those fabrics, if I look at those little, I only ended up with little bits like that, but you can still see they were pansies. You can still see the shapes of them. Like little squashed fairies or something. Oh, I love that.
Can't call either of those anymore.
Now let's just, out of curiosity, I know I said I wasn't going to waste the brush X, but oh, just splashed it everywhere.
Good job.
I just want to see if it's any different on the Brushos from the pixie powders. Just out of curiosity on that really dark bit. So it seems to do something, doesn't it? And then I love playing like this. So Christine's asking Jackie if it works if the flowers aren't fresh. If you have a push pin, put it in the lid, then sprinkle through and seal again with the push pin. That's genius! Have I got a push pin? Yes. I might have to actually get up to go find one. Hang on a second.
Yeah, I think this is going to work. I haven't done this stitch before.
So what is the...
It's a lazy daisy with a French
Did you
knot.
make that up?
Yeah.
So what he's doing is a lazy daisy, just that sort of separate chain, like a chain but a separate chain,
But
and
so
then a
little-
French knot at the tip of it to make the little lavender flower. That does look really pretty. That's really nice. I like that.
Yeah.
You could even fill
It's a lot
in
of hassle there.
the chain as well, actually, and make it solid if you wanted to.
I should have pulled it tighter so there's less of a gap, but yeah.
Christine, Create and Craft Christine there, she's doing a whole alphabetical stitchery. I think I sent you
You
a
did,
link,
yes.
didn't I? If you want to learn some new stitches.
I should.
Fennel leaves, asparagus leaves, and cosmos leaves come out like seaweed, but ooh,
Yeah, Deb, those sound like a pain.
bullion knots.
Yeah.
I did do some bullion knots and they look amazing, but my God, they take a lot of time and a lot of thread, don't they?
Yeah, I imagine they do.
Oh, look, I don't know if it's going to show. It just looks like pale drops there, but those bits that look pale there are really pearly blue. It's really pretty in real life. I don't know how well it's coming across, actually. I wonder if I can... Yeah, it's not really coming across. Yeah, pretty effect. Oh, look, I'm missing a bit there. 1 minute. It is looking almost like kind of batik-y looking fabric, this. Yeah, I think I'm not going to waste any more of the brush X on these things because it's not going to work. No. I can I can use it on some water-based things instead, I think. Non-permanent things, as Zoe said. Oh, pretty. I'm enjoying this. It's not completely, but I definitely will make... I can imagine this, like, even if I ended up tearing it into strips and then patching it together, I think I could look really pretty. I'm going to find a couple of push pins because I'm sure I've got some in here. Bear with.
Call it the Tom stitch.
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely did not create this.
Push pins. Better put them in the lid.
That'd be
Yes.
too easy.
Not just any old push pins either, they're pretty push pins. Then I haven't got to mess about trying to... My bum's going numb, this stool. It's about half the width of my actual bum, so it's going a bit numb. I've got pretty push pins. They're sharp as well.
Funny thing, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pins.
Pins being sharp and all that. Right. Yeah, see, the way these come out, that's probably more convenient, actually. But then I found when I opened them, they'd all, because they'd been on their sides, it was all kind of loose around there anyway. Oh, now I've got to put my headphones back on.
Yes.
Have we still got you guys in voice? Are we... You still there?
Yeah, I'm still
Yes!
I was going to ask a question, but it's a bit off topic.
Well, it doesn't matter, go for it.
I was just going to ask if anyone really has seen any bees around, because I've only seen one and it's a bit really sad.
I've seen a few.
Funny you should say that, because around here, so we're in Norfolk, we were just saying the other day we've seen way more bees than last year. The last couple of years, it's been really, we've been kind of, God, there's not many bees about, bit of a worry. This year, there's been loads.
I hate that.
So I was quite encouraged, but obviously not where you are. So
No, I've only seen one in garden, and we've got like a row of like lavender.
which
plants.
they're usually all over it, aren't they? Lavender.
Yeah, I've only seen one.
I can stay away from my lavender.
What about everybody else? But we can do a survey of the whole country. In fact, all different parts of the world, can't we? Loads of bees on Susie Q's garden veg. Oh, Christine got stung today.
I've seen
Lots
a
of bees.
few, but I've not been going outside, so...
Yeah, if you're seeing lots of them inside, that's a good sign.
Yeah. Maybe it's just round your way, Emily.
It
Have you
must
been
be.
killing them?
It is a worry about the bees, though, isn't it? We really need the bees,
Yeah.
don't we?
Is
No
there any
bees, no
like
humans.
specific plants that they like?
Well, it's not coming
Or
out now.
seeds?
Yeah, I mean, there are lots that...
Plant.
Our garden's got loads of bee-friendly and butterfly-friendly plants in. I can't make this come out. Is there a secret to this, Susie? Do I need to make 2 holes? Oh, no, it is coming out. Yes, it is. Not very quickly, but it is. That's sunburst lemon. Don't think I... Have I already done that one? Oh, no. Oh, that's really lemony. Oh, look at... Whoa, hey. I'll be going like this and the whole lid will come off. I did that with... I got this seasoning that's like chili, salt and cumin, I think, all in the... And smoky chipotle chili seasoning or something. And it's got... Yeah, so it's basically... It's chili, cumin and salt in it, really. And I was giving it all this. It's a Twizzle one. Whole lot. We had a very spicy dinner that night. I think I need a bigger hole. It's not working for me, this. I will lose temper with it. And trouble is I make it too big a hole, then I won't be able to reseal it with the push pin.
There's a risk.
Yeah. You've got no little visitors tonight, Zoe.
I keep muting every time I hear footsteps. No one needs to hear the bum talking.
Ah, yes. The bum bum. Are you saying rude words? These are quite good because they got this little shaker thing. But I'm not sure how well I can trust it. I feel like I need a bit of pink in here. I'm enjoying myself now. I've no idea what I'm doing, but I'm
like it's
quite
the
enjoying
90s.
myself. Hey?
I feel like it's the 90s. Tie-dye.
Oh, tie-dye. Am I shouting again? Because I didn't hear you then.
You might be a bit... Is your headphones still off that ear?
No.
Mm.
You can all feel free to tell me if I start shouting again. Yeah, it was actually annoying because I do look forward to watching our streams afterwards so I can catch up on all the chat that I usually miss. And I actually had to stop watching it because I couldn't stand the sound of my own voice, which is pretty bad, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, everyone's like that a bit. None of us can stand the sound of your voice. I'm helping.
Watch my videos for that very reason. So,
It's awful, isn't it?
yeah, I don't. I was saying this last night, wasn't I, Tom? I don't edit my videos. Was I saying, or was it when just Emily was there? I can't remember.
Yeah,
anyway,
you said that once.
yeah. When I edit my videos, I just throw music over the top, and if I've said something weird or whatever, pluck. Deal with it because I have no idea.
I was watching Johnny today. He made that amazing monster thing out of the box that I sent him. He just rambles on and he keeps saying, I haven't worked out how to fast forward yet or whatever. So he just rattles on. I find it all very entertaining. The monster he made out of the old rubbish I sent him was really good. He got on with it just in the way, as I hoped he would. Oh, I'm enjoying this fabric. And now I'm going to do the same thing with a piece of paper. We're not done, but we've changed the way the camera picks up colour, haven't we? And I think we've not done bad, actually. It's not too...
Right, isn't it?
I wish the Brush X would work on here because I want to lighten that up now and I can't.
Mm. Put some
And
white paint over it.
I'm probably not going to... I could flick it with white ink or something, actually. I don't think I want to be getting any more supplies out now. I want to cover these last little bits here. Maybe I'll use some more of these straightforward. What do I want? A bit of lime green, maybe?
Does it take long to dry?
It does when you've soaked it as much as I have. I put a lot of water on it. Have I not used this one yet? Look, I haven't even used this one. Look.
I'm not sure.
I didn't mean to put quite that much. Oopsie.
That'll be enough.
It'll be fine. See, all this stuff that I've had for so long and never used. Hold it under the camera. I won't touch it now because that is a really pretty stitch. I like that.
It looks alright.
You know what else you should try now is some ribbon embroidery. I've got some... I just had a peep. There's somebody else jumped into the voice chat maybe. I've got some silk ribbon you could try.
Yeah, sounds too easy.
This is too thick, really, but let's see.
Well, so are you, but you don't hear it complaining.
See, this will make a really interesting fabric, won't it?
It will, yeah.
I'm fairly confident that they'll be permanent, especially if I iron them.
Seems likely.
Mainly judging by the fact that last time it took quite a few days to wash off my hands. And I was still working then as well, so...
Tie-dye vibes, but like more organic rather than... I mean, obviously tie-dye is not an exact science, is it? But
no.
Just like a more organic version of something that's quite organic anyway.
Yeah, so you've not got like the... Like, you get those sort of patterns, don't you, with tie-dye? You've not got anything like that. I guess you could do that with these, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
I like that. Oh, it doesn't look so bright, does it, on the cameras?
Yeah, it's a lot more vivid in person.
Yeah, I think the thing we've still got missing in our camera setup is the yellowness.
Yeah.
I've got to be careful. I don't want to mix pinks and greens and get mud, do I? I don't want mud.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do want mud, but not on this.
Feels like you need
the
baby
picture that I
wipes
said,
or
they were
something.
literally I think I had baby wipes that time. I got it all over me. Nothing. See, look at how appalling is it that I've got these and never used them.
That is appalling.
It really is appalling.
Can't believe you'd not use.
Quite like the sprinkles, but it puts out more than it. So I need to now store that upright.
It bites off more than it can chew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually got a couple of eyeshadow things like that as well.
In that colour.
No, I used to. Back in the 70s, I would have.
Back when you were a clown.
That was later than the 70s. It was the 80s. We missing chat. Yeah.
I did show Emily the pictures of me and Richard as clowns.
Oh, yeah, you were a very cute clown.
Yeah, Richard was a miserable little bastard.
He really was miserable. He didn't want it. He hated it. When I used to turn up to pick him up from school and I hadn't had time to get out my clown face and everything, you didn't mind.
No.
But Richard hated it. He used to just walk past me with his nose in the air.
Like people didn't know who you were.
Yeah. Richard, your mum's here.
Oh dear.
Oh, I think he's never forgiven me for it, really.
Well, he needs to lighten up.
Yeah. This is
Well,
like
I would have loved that.
good.
Yeah.
It's just him.
Yeah.
Is this like watching paint dry, everybody? Like
not paint,
literally watching paint dry. Oh, well, that's not very nice. I don't like that.
Well,
no.
if it's any consolation, you can't even see it on the camera.
Oh, no, you can't, can you? It's just that I'm craving
looks like
some
a
pink,
smudge.
but I'm not being able to get any pink.
Maybe this one will give you a better pink.
Yeah, and it might be too red for my liking. Oh, I wish I could just do that and it would stay like that. Or maybe to see if it will.
Well, if you never touch it again, it will.
Yeah.
I've stopped doing any embroidery because I don't want to show you up too much.
Stop it. She's from North Yorkshire, been living on the northeast of Scotland for the last decade. And Lindsay. It's Lindsay who's quite often in the, I don't think she's in the chat today, but she quite often is. But she came from Scotland and is now in America. I think that's Lindsay. And yeah, people are all over the world.
And still they've got nothing better to do than coming here.
I can't think of anything I'd rather do on a Saturday night. I was putting that in when I was like putting out a little post about it on Instagram, and I thought, you know, it's sad, but I actually mean that. There isn't anything I'd rather do.
That pink's really disappointing. Once
It's really
you-
disappointing. It just
Spritz
disappears. Yeah. All it's going to do is dull down the green if I'm not careful, which I don't want to happen. Sometimes you mix a green and a pink and you get a lovely purple. But it depends on what's in them. Can you remember those things we got in the schooler box that time? They were like little tiny watercolour pots, like shimmery. Do you remember them? Sally and Emily? Yeah.
I
And
never used them.
Heavens.
Pardon? What were they, Rachel?
I think they were the Jackman's ones.
Jackman's.
Yeah, they
That's
were.
it. Yeah. I used them and liked them so much I bought the box again, actually. I haven't used them, all of them, but I will do. I did like them. They were a bit messy to open in the first place. That's what I seem to remember about them. But I loved how the green and the pink mixed and it made like a really gorgeous purple. I liked that about them. That bit area up there is a bit disappointing, but I like the rest. So I need to put this out of the way somewhere now.
A lot of Yorkshire lasses in, haven't we?
This is what I haven't thought through. Tom, can you just hold that there for me a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm going to be all dyed.
Right. Are you right to sit there like that for a couple of hours?
Yeah, sure.
Head drop it on the floor. Whoops, sorry.
I would, yeah. Now I've got an excuse for not doing any more of the embroidery
I
as well.
actually haven't thought this through. I'm not really quite sure what I'm doing with it. I think what I'm going to do is put that down there, put this on top of it, and then I can move it and leave it somewhere to dry. And I'm going to
Yorkshire
go on to
peeps
some
are
paper.
indeed the best, Emily.
Oh, look, that's really pretty, look, isn't it?
It is.
I reckon I can make something nice out of that. Absolutely no idea what to do with it now.
God's own country.
What am I going to do with it?
Chuck it out the window?
It'll be all right up there.
Yeah, it's not going to bleed through that other fabric. Is it?
No.
The sky's a nice colour, isn't it?
Right, I'm going to do something similar and make a background on it. In other words, really, I'm probably doing bugger all so that I can just
Well, no,
chat and drink gin. Really.
unfortunately, I can't carry on with the embroidery now because I've got
Why not?
over my fingers. So I don't want to ruin it.
There's a bathroom next, so you can go wash your hands.
Shame, I just
Let me
can't do.
Show how you got on so far.
Can't do anything.
I do love that little lavender stitch, which will forever
I've
be
done it too
known
long.
as a Tom stitch
Yeah.
now. Well, you could do another one like over the top of it, do a
Yeah.
double thickness, make it sort of raised.
Yeah.
That could work. Do a little short one.
I was planning on doing French knots down the middle as well to
To give that
give it a bit of a 3D
yeah.
look.
So you might find once you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'm just never going to finish
Or
anymore.
you'll
than that.
get fed up with it, you won't bother
Yeah.
going back to it. And
All I wanted to do was the party hobbit thing.
that is so well done, I can't believe that. Let me just show that in case anybody wasn't here to start with. Look at this, guys. This is Tom's first ever go at embroidery he did the other day.
Now, I originally wasn't going to put party hobbit. I was going to put something else, but I figured since you might want to show it on stream.
Is that just straight stitches you used on the lettering?
It's split back stitch.
Very nice. I mean, I've taken a mic because I have to, but I am genuinely impressed. I've totally trashed my desk again. What are we missing? Thank you. Which is gorgeous. Teresa. Teresa is also not text, so that's Teresa. A white rose.
Well, I could show you how easy that rose thing is to do. couldn't I?
Yeah. Loafing. That's Deb, isn't it? Is that Deb's new secret name? It's not a secret name anymore. Shh. You have to change it again now. I think it's Deb. I get so confused with all the different nicknames and stuff. Yeah. A Yorkshire button template. What's a Yorkshire button? I've heard of a Dorset button. Oh, is that the one that you were showing the other day? Yeah. It's like a sort of like a pinwheel, like spokes, and you like weave in and out of them. Lay the fabric on paper and you'll get to... Actually, that is a really good idea. Thank you, Susie. She's full of them today. Let's see. That'd be great if that works. If not, I'll just carry on anyway.
It's funny plan.
Yeah. It's coming through nicely on there, look. Now that's making me think of the Turin and Shroud. Only more colourful and without the image of, dead bodies on it or anything.
Yes, there's fewer dead bodies for sure.
Yeah. It has got the look of something old bleeding through though, hasn't it? As in non-colours.
Sure.
White roses for South Yorkshire. Mm.
No problem.
No.
Thank you, lads.
That's the other piece of fabric that I put underneath. Oh look, that's quite interesting. Interesting, isn't it?
I wish I had some easy way to keep hold of a needle threader here.
Oh, if only you had. Oh, right. Okay. Shall we see if this has worked at all? Marvellous if it has. Oh, look. Well, it's not done all that much, but it's quite a nice start, isn't it? I'm going to press this down a bit more. This is where I'm going to end up with it all over my hands again, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of almost looks spacey.
Oh no, I haven't got my headphone. I can hear Emily's voice, but I can't realise I haven't got my headphones.
She
on.
said, "You're terrible at this. You should stop."
No, she didn't. She's a nice person, not like you.
She said it kind of almost looks spacey.
I like that. Okay. This must be deadly boring to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, people come are expecting deadly boring now,
Oh,
don't
I'm in here.
they? Shut up. You should know what a split package is.
Got half an ear out of I'm shouting it. I think I've done better at not shouting this time, haven't I? I think.
A little bit.
Only a little bit. More water. Oh, should I have put more water while it was on the... Or more
Probably
water
should.
now? I might have to go and put more water in there, actually. Maybe should. Okay, I'm going to do some more sprinkles. Is that,
Yes, spacey is good. You got Space Nerd in here, she likes spacey stuff too.
let's try it through that.
Yeah.
I'm not getting enough out of that hole. Maybe need to make a bigger hole.
Yeah. I'm just trying not to laugh at you saying the word hole.
That's no good.
I'm
if I do
failing.
that.
No. She said hole.
And Tom said, oh.
Don't you start as well.
We're not big and we're not clever.
No, you're not big and you're not funny and you're not clever. You'll have to sit on the naughty step and think about what you've done in a minute.
Oh.
You allowed her to reach the naughty step.
I'm just going to do that.
Tell the police.
Yeah. I'll tell the police to come and get you.
They
On
know
the
where I live
fabric
and
so it
everything.
bleeds through. Oh,
Pay you.
yeah. I
do.
reckon you've got fatter pins, Susie, because that's not working for me. The trouble is, if I make a bigger hole with something, then the pin isn't going to block it, is it? So I'm going to have to wait until I can find some fatter pin. Or a nail. I could just put a nail in it. But I haven't got any here right now, so... Okay, right, let's go. Look at that yellow. Now, how... see, it's not coming. It's the yellow that's missing on that camera. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Better than it used to be.
There's the start of that rose thing.
I think a man with a mullet just popped up on screen then.
A man with a mullet. On what
That'd be fun.
screen? What?
Don't know what you mean.
What are you talking about? What is going over my head? What are you talking about? A man with a mullet. Why are we talking about a man with a mullet?
Why are you not?
Oh, look at that green. That is a very pretty green that's mixing together there. Well, I think this might start to be the first layer of my background pieces for my art swap. I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon. Let's have a bit more of this now. Hey Linda, I don't think I've said hello to Linda tonight. Your first live chat. Never thought watching paint drying could be so entertaining. Thank you, Linda.
Well, you've come to the watching paint dry expert area now.
Jackie's saying it's not you, Tom.
What's not me?
I don't know. I think I missed the
I'm
point
not a man with a
somewhere.
mullet.
No,
That
it's
helps.
definitely not. Yeah, he's definitely not got a mullet. Tree reflections. Oh, like what you see in here. Yeah. Okay. Right, I'm going to do another. I need to go and top up this water now. That sort of thing is so much better. The more water you put on it, the more fun it gets, really. This sort of thing. Oh, pretties. So, is anybody else doing anything other than drinking wine and eating Pringles? Except for Emily, who was drawing.
I'm showing off with this rose thing.
Apart from you.
I've got my watercolour paints out.
Have
For
you?
change.
I love your doodles.
Oh,
I
thank
call
you.
them your doodles. You know what I mean?
I call them my doodles.
Where you do the layers of the watercolour and then you do the metallic or white pen over the top. It looks so pretty.
It does.
Thank you.
It's the kind of thing that, like, you think, you look at it and you think, oh yeah, I can do that, and then when I come to do
I
it,
do not look at it and
I
think,
can't. Okay. What?
"Mwah."
Well, I don't want to ruin what I've got there now. Oh, a bit of drippage. You've got to have a bit of drippage, haven't you?
Mm.
They are beautiful colours. I'm just really craving some pink, and this just isn't giving me it. I wonder if maybe you're right. Maybe I should just try this. But look at it's all piled up in there. If I tip that up, that's going to go everywhere. That's wet, so I need. Okay, let's use this. No, let's use this. No, let's use this. That makes sense. Let's use the edge of that. Okay.
Not that you're indecisive at all.
No.
She used to be indecisive, but now she's not sure. Classic joke.
They don't write them like that anymore. I wonder why.
Can't think why.
Oh, that's a bit scary. I might wish I hadn't done that. Okay.
Are they from Jackson's?
No, do you know, I've had them so long I can't even remember. I got these when I was still doing. Oh, I've got some purple there now. When I was still doing scrapbooking years ago. They got lovely names: cherry tart, blueberry pie, sugared strawberry, watermelon burst. Was it Heidi? It might have been Heidi Swap. Sort of thing she would do. Crushed pineapple. No, Vicky Booten. I don't know how you say it. Orange slice. Yeah, they're all kind of dessert names, I think. Yeah, I've had them for such a long time. Oh, that's disappointing. Yeah. Oh. That's gone a really dull. Hate that red.
There's a low salt. See, it's just easy.
Let me show you. So this is how you start the rows. Then I've never done one of these.
Yeah, you just do the 5-spoke thing and then weave under over.
I like
round in a circle.
that. I'm gonna have to have a go at that.
Yeah, it's very easy.
How do you make it hump up like that one then?
Pull it tighter,
Ah,
because then the bottom starts going underneath it, so the start
so it
bits
makes
go up.
it.
I'm trying it with less tension this time.
I'm gonna have to go and get a bit of tissue. Stop that up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really a bit alright.
Gone for a poo.
Yeah, just a quick one though.
Right, okay.
You can tell from the smell.
I'm gonna get rid of that because I don't like it.
It's almost as bad as the fart earlier.
Just not. I did not fart.
Then what was that sound and smell?
It was you showing off your acting skills. Well, this red is really dull. I do not like it. I can't really see it there, but I don't like it.
It's really vibrant on camera.
That's it.
Yeah, really nice. Nice red.
Ah, yeah. In real life, yeah. I might just let it dry and see what I think. Some of this is still like powder. It hasn't kind of activated at all.
I got the Jackman's version of those things, and I made a horrific mess with them.
Was that because they like mixed in an unpredictable kind of way, like these are
They were
doing?
just too much water. I'm too heavy-handed.
Yeah. So am I. You can see, it's like I'll start enjoying it and think, well, this is good. I'll do that a bit more. No, I should have stopped. I should have stopped.
Know when to
I
stop.
said it was
is
too
a
much
difficult
water.
thing.
It was also too much powder. It was too much everything.
Just
Yeah.
too much in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think another thing I don't do with this kind of thing is at this stage now I should let this dry, because then they're permanent. They don't reactivate these, do they? And then I could do another layer. Whereas if you go on and try and do another layer now, they just mix together, don't they?
Mm.
So saying that, I should probably start another piece. I can have enough fodder to do as the base, just the beginnings of my art spot pieces. See, that's such a pretty colour.
Mm.
I might just need a tiny bit of it. I said I was going to stop.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I haven't got anything
the stopping
here.
you're doing looks a lot like carrying.
I haven't got anything here. Crochet and wine.
That's a bit of crotchet.
The great thing about crochet is it's very easy to kind of unpick and take back and start again, I think. Not
Yeah,
like
sometimes when
knitting.
you don't even want to.
Yeah, but like with knitting, you've got to... I don't like these. They look dull after using the brushos.
Yeah, it's not as good, is it?
No.
I find with crochet, I'm like always counting.
Are you? Even
yeah,
like
I
your
can't.
ones you do such a, your bees and things, you still, you don't...
I have to count and I have to use a stitch marker.
I think,
If I
the
lose count,
rounds...
I start the whole round again.
Yeah, those, what is the word I can never say? What is it?
Amigurumi?
Amigurumi. I always end up calling it amigurumi or something. Amigurumi. Yeah, if you don't mark the beginning of the round, you just lose it, don't you? It's just, but I don't think I actually count, but I do have to stitch mark. Yeah. I should let this just dry now. Walk away.
Walk away from there.
Walk away from there. So, what am I actually going to do now?
Chat to you.
Sit and
Dance.
have a
Do
dance. I could do if you like, but you might regret it. I might regret
Definitely
it.
do it.
I will definitely regret it.
You will. Especially if you want to get your
The
back.
fact, that
I
Tom,
definitely wouldn't regret it.
the fact that Tom's trying to persuade me it's a good idea probably means it's a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fine idea. Just have some more gin, it'll be alright.
I'm gonna put these away. Well, considering I had 2 cocktails at lunchtime as well, I'm doing very well, really. I couldn't not because it was my friend's birthday, so
Yes, it would have been rude not.
it would have been ever so rude not to. Yeah,
That's a good excuse.
it is. I am going to have to find some push pins with fatter pins because that is a good idea. The fact that you can then use them as the little stoppers. I mean, why don't they provide something? Lost one of the pins anyway. I don't know what to do now.
How much time have you got to kill?
Still got a good half hour yet. See, do I start on I was hoping I'd have another piece of fabric I could start another Neurographic piece on. But I don't. It's obviously not going to be dry, is it?
No.
I could start another one on a plain piece, I suppose.
Good.
Because I'm nearly at the point where I'll get bored with that one now.
Yeah.
And I thought I might sprinkle some sequins or something. Are we missing a I keep forgetting to look. Bubble and squeak. Yum. That's one of my favourite things. I'd rather have the next day bubble and squeak than the actual Christmas dinner.
Yeah, when it's your cooking.
Let's not start on my cooking again. I'm actually a good cook. Just Tom likes to take pictures of my disasters.
You wouldn't let me take a picture of the dinner today.
Well, no. It's not particularly. Rachel's food pictures are amazing.
Yes, she is very much the queen of the food channel.
Yeah.
So,
If I was on, I was going to call it MasterChef. Mastermind, food would be my specialist subject, I think. Oops.
I was going to say, if you're on MasterChef, food would have to be a specialist subject.
Yeah. No, if I was on MasterChef, stitching would be my special subject.
Gin.
Yeah. There. I'm just going to get that out of the way before I start stitching. Oh, that's gross. Yeah. Hey.
Oh,
Okay.
it's come back.